I'm back for another episode of Tea with Taylor, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping up. We have a special episode today about ableism. Ooh, that's a big word for Elmo. No, just kidding. But we have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to bring on my guests. I have two very special guests today. So I'm going to bring them in and let them introduce themselves in the best way they know how. Come on in. Don't laugh.
Disability urge.
Hello, lovely.
Hello.
Welcome.
Stupid, I don't want to drop this.
No, I literally, so on my way in, okay, this is for you. On my way in, I literally just spilled it on myself, and I'm wearing a white shirt. So, there's that. I was like, oh no, so much for a graceful intro, because you know how graceful I am. I'll have you start. Ew. So I'll have you start from this, this way forward. We're just all dying, just like this, whatever, no big deal. But I'll start from this way and move over to UK because I think most of us know who both of y'all are, to be honest. So we'll just start this way. You can introduce yourself. I like to say who you are, what you do, and your pronouns.
What I do?
Yeah, you know your life's purpose, if you will. Let's get real deep right off the bat.
I don't know. What do I do?
What do I do? What's my name again?
I'm Star Possum. I don't know what I do. I go to drag a lot.
This is true. This is true.
You do. I kind of run an off and on project where I help trans mask folks get binders.
Nice. Okay.
And then I just finished a contract with the state of Rhode Island, working for the vaccine provider help desk.
Oh, nice.
I'm kind of in between projects right now. So.
Okay. All right. We love that.
Yeah. They're just kind of like holding me on, and I'm not doing it. Like, I'm literally getting paid to do nothing the last couple of days.
You're
again.
A community servant, if you will.
Yeah. We'll see what comes next.
We love that. Unfortunately, so am I. And in so many different ways. Unfortunately, let me just put that right out there. And then, who are you, my lovely darling?
I am Kay or Trixie Halbitzes, depending on my
Come on,
face.
Trixie.
My life's purpose is cats.
I just heard SNL. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know. More seriously, I don't work right now because of my body.
Oh, yes.
But I do tarot readings, and I am a medium, so I do some, like, spiritual pendulum work with that.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit on the way here, actually.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I was like, I'm into it. But, so I poured us some drinks, the little Long Island shots. These are for us. Salute to us, season 5 and all that. Cheers. Cheers to y'all. Hope y'all got your drinks together.
Me, I haven't drank in 3 years. Also, me, first one to put shot glass in.
I'm so... That's a long time. Like,
I'm a
wow.
garbage person.
All right, so we're gonna get to it because I really want to get to this the chat topic today.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about. I was telling you guys I'm excited about it because I don't know much about it. And I like to learn.
Yeah, I find that that's definitely
Yeah,
part of the problem.
right, isn't it?
Most
I'm like-
people don't know a lot about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm going to get into the hot topics. The first one that I wanted to get into, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about. It's like Netflix. Our streaming devices are turning against us already. Have you heard about this? What's going on with Netflix? The newest thing? No? Yeah. So they're just not as dramatic as I made it sound, but they're cracking down on users
Sharing accounts.
Oh,
sharing
yeah.
accounts. Yeah. Like I just think it's so ridiculous. I'm like, come on. Like,
I guess
what's the big deal?
I don't super understand it because, like, what about if you're just not at your house?
Right.
People
Like,
travel.
Also, there's like 17 different streaming devices. I need to get Disney from my friends. I need to get HBO from my cousin. And so I give them my Netflix password and it all works out. Sharing is caring, no?
That's why I'm poly.
Like, what? That's why I'm poly. I love that.
Yeah, the poly urge to, like...
No, but
sorry,
like,
what do you
no, but
have?
they're trying out this thing where they're actually gonna give subscribers, the main subscriber, an extra fee on top of what they're already paying if they're sharing their passwords.
I mean, I hope they do it the way that Spotify does it, because Spotify does
How
it.
does Spotify do it?
The only way they do it is, like, when you sign up, you have to say what your address is, and so you just have to type in the main person's address and get them.
Oh, smart. Okay, because like, how would they know?
Yeah,
Who's gonna know?
And that's what I share. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Log in and use my address.
Nobody's
It's
gonna
fine. It's fine.
Nova is commenting. I was just actually talking about Nova. Nova said, period, the poly perks. I can't deal. I can't deal.
We're very similar.
Oh, yes, very.
We don't know
this
gender.
pairing-
We don't know which one we like.
This
No,
pairing-
I sat down and was like, apparently we're
Literally,
dating now.
this pairing, I was like screaming. I was like, no, it couldn't have been any better.
It's
Like,
so chaotic.
I love a little chaotic energy, just a little bit. But moving forward to something else that made my gay heart happy this week was Super Nintendo World. We heard about this?
I have not.
Yeah, your face.
No, I haven't.
No, your face was truly excited. Kay has heard about.
Oh, wait. The, like, theme park thing?
Yeah,
I
so,
heard about
yeah.
this forever ago, but
Yes.
I haven't heard updates about it.
Yeah, no,
It's just that it's
it's
happening.
It's
I know,
opening.
I knew about
It's
this.
opening next year in Universal Studios.
I heard about it when it was, like,
'Cause
forever ago.
There's the one in Japan already.
that one is already
Japan
happening.
has
Yeah,
a
yeah.
thing.
Because they have everything
But-
we want, pretty much. What do they have that we don't have? That's always the case. I guess that's why we started importing everything from there. But anywho, Super Nintendo World is going to be basically just a giant replica of the game. It's going to be pretty
Yeah.
pretty close to the one in China, but I don't think it's going to be as good. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see. It's coming out next year, opening next year in Universal Studios.
I say I'm excited because I've never been to Universal before.
Oh,
Or, like, any other
another.
place in my
Okay,
house.
me either. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been.
I've
And
never
I-
been to Disney. I've never been to Universal. So I live my sad life all alone.
Oh, baby! So we're starting a GoFundMe right now to get Kay to Disney. No, I'm just kidding.
I have a Disney tattoo and I've never been to Disney.
You know what? And you're literally just singing
Angel.
Wicked. You are a Disney child through and
I
through.
like catch wild animals and like nuzzle them back to health.
That's how I'm gonna die.
Listen, I like to think
That's how
that
I'm gonna die. Is trying
We
to,
all
like,
know that I like to
love a
think that I'm a
coyote.
Disney prince, so there's
Right.
that.
Well, you
And
are a Disney
I would
prince.
like to think that I'm going to be the first one in a full feature film, because we all know the princes or the kings are always
Oh,
the
yeah.
accessory. I'm like, ugh, over it. Moving to the king era. Let's do that. We got
But,
we got
you would
Encanto
do.
now, so you know
Encanto
I have
is
hope.
so good.
It was really good. I'm not gonna lie. But another thing that happened this week that I think was really interesting. Do you know Miss Kim Chi from Drag Race?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Did you see this?
Yes!
Okay. So for you guys who didn't see this, Kim Chi launched Chic Beauty, which is her makeup line for CVS. And apparently it's making history by being one of the most popular in a short period of time and also being available in over 130 locations, I think, or something like
I'm
that.
excited.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
Oh,
Have you guys
I don't
seen
even have
this
to
makeup line?
look
Because I feel like it's phenomenal. Kim Chi.
Her makeup, I haven't
Such an
gotten
amazing
to
makeup
try
artist.
too much of her makeup. I have some of her lipsticks, and
Oh.
they're really nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Okay, so we're gonna tag Kim Chi next time, and I'm also gonna stalk your life and see, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I literally stalk everyone's life on like social media, and I feel closer for it. Yeah. I'm like, we're having a conversation, like, I was talking about, like, Calypso and, like, or a Calypso and Pariba, because I loved that. I can't talk to one without the other. I need them both. But, like, I'll be talking to them, and they're like, oh, did you know? And I'm like, yeah, I saw it on Facebook. Like, literally, it just makes me feel so close.
Yeah, I know, that's me with a lot of people I talk to, they're like, I love all your posts about Harlow.
Yes, literally.
Harlow is the world's coolest kid.
Oh my gosh, yes. So true. Unfortunately, there was. I like to, get the good ones out first, and then we're gonna. Then we got some not great ones. So I'm gonna take a sip of my wine again, my Fween, because that.
I'm like Linda Belcher. I'm like, I got a little wine.
I love that. Linda Belcher is a mood. And if anyone says otherwise, we're not friends. But you remember? Actually, you know what? I have another good one. Virgin Voyages. Have we heard of this? Do you know what Virgin Voyage is?
Is it a space thing or an ocean
No.
thing?
Close. No, it's an ocean thing. You never can tell with these names anymore. Is it a space thing or
space or ocean?
I love that. Can I get that on a t-shirt? I mean, no, because what they're doing is Virgin Voyages is opening up a new adult-only cruise.
Oh, yeah,
in the summer.
I did see this.
Yeah, I saw it on CNN, I think, or something, because I'm ridiculous.
No.
I'm ridiculous.
Like, no shade to people that have kids or love
Yeah, but I'm here for adults.
Oh, all shade for people who like kids. That's the last thing I want when I'm on a cruise, is to be dealing with the kids. Like, no thank you.
I'm just such a gremlin that I shouldn't be allowed around. Like, not in like a creepy way. Like, I can be around children. I was gonna word that wrong.
Ken Netherland said, is it a cruise for virgins? I'm deceased. Absolutely not.
No, as a 12-year-old who went on a cruise, I don't even want to be there myself.
No, right. There's nothing there specifically for kids.
I would just like to be my own trash goblin self.
Yes, and not have to worry about kids, literally.
Sorry, kiddo.
So, in the summertime, this place, Virgin Voyages, and you do not have to be a virgin, Ken, is opening a new adult-only cruise, and for one, there's no dress code, so, get your nipple tassels out. Literally, first thing I thought, no dress code, which is very different from most cruise lines.
Most cruises, yeah.
There's a tattoo parlor on board. Right. There is a pop-up entertainment space, so you never know exactly what entertainment is going to happen, but it revolves.
Not here
for that. No, really? What? I thought that was insane to have a tattoo parlor on there.
Yeah,
now, the cleanliness of it.
I don't know. See, I worked in a tattoo studio, and obviously I have a little bit.
So both of you have so much ink.
I'm like,
yeah, no, you're in the sun. There's lots.
You're right.
In the water.
You're in the sun.
No. This is bad.
No. Let me be clear. This is bad.
Don't get tattoos on cruise ships or at Comic-Con.
Okay, and so there's also multiple restaurants on this cruise.
I love that.
Instead of there being the open bar situation, which gross, disgusting. I'm so over that buffet setup, and that's how people get sick. It's gross. It's just sitting there
I don't like to touch foods that other people have already touched.
Oh, right, and then I just picture that Mad TV skit with the sneeze guard and the lady just sticking her head in there. That's all I picture because people do it. And there's also accommodating 22,700 people.
Okay.
So yeah, this is gonna be a cute.
That's a big old boat.
It's a big. I'm on a boat. And I think what was it? There's 17 decks off of the pools. 17 decks. Yeah. So it's a huge ship. 278 meters long, to be exact.
I don't know how many that is.
It's large.
That's a lot of meters. I know meters.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have to ask Mom.
Listen, ask Mama Kira. Oh my gosh. Is Mama Kira good at mathing?
I don't know.
I'm that's me anytime. I love nature.
No, she is.
Says her best friend. I can't.
I'm I love nature.
Kira's
That's
smart.
whatever kilometers, and I'm whoa, that's a lot. Hey
Siri. No, that's good. That's true.
One of my.
I mean, we literally all have mini laptops in our hands. So.
One of my partners lives in London. So he'll be like, I've got a question.
No, I got a question.
Tell me math.
It's a metric question. Whisper metric measurements
Help
to me.
math, because I can't do it.
Listen, everyone who knows me knows I don't math. I don't math well. I can math. I don't math well.
Is the triangle? It's math, drive, cook, pick.
Yes,
And
literally.
you can only do one. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been blessed with many a skill.
Yeah, nice.
And many a talent, but mathing is not one of them, darling.
Yeah.
Just get that right out of the
We're
way.
so chaotic. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
Taylor's
hilarious.
just trying to focus.
No, you know what? I'm here for this energy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we got an improv game later too. I figured you both would appreciate that. Being the folks that you are, yeah, we're playing an improv game later, guys. This is the first time ever on Tea with Taylor playing an improv game,
I'm scared.
and I am frightened.
I'm gonna channel my Imogen Dragons.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Calypso says, doesn't the boat move? What happens if everything starts shaking in your mid-tattoo?
Calypso,
That's an actually really good point.
I was hyper-focused on the, like, cleanse.
Me too.
Help me say that.
Cleanliness. That's a really good point. Yikes.
Calypso out here with the brain.
No regrets, I guess. What do you do?
No, that's true though, because like you already have to adjust for vibration when you tattoo.
That's interesting.
So
I didn't even think about that. Huh. Well,
it's a bad idea.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's a bad idea all around.
Yeah,
Just don't please. All right, Virgin Cruise.
No boat tattoos.
All right,
No
Virgin Voyages. You know,
Maybe it's a temporary tattoo.
oh my god, like a
I'm not paying for a temporary tattoo. Are you kidding me?
ink box.
Yes.
I would lick and slap it onto myself. Jeez, cut it out.
They always stuff better with spit than they did with
This
water.
is true.
I'm
I'm not even. Yeah, that was me.
Saying a
Dirty
little
little kid,
eyebrows.
just licking tattoos and sticking them on me in random places because I wanted to freak my mother out.
Yeah.
As we all do.
No, that was me with this one. I was like, no, Mom, it's just another thing.
Ah, not a licking stick. Ew. PGK.
Let's be trolling.
Okay, so these next few are a little rough, but we're gonna get through them. We're gonna get through them real quick. We heard about Jesse Smollett, right? You remember that whole situation?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy from what was it?
Crap.
With Cookie and the Lion Family and that show. Gosh, why am I blanking? Someone tell me in the comments. Jesse Smollett, what show was that? Brain fart. But Jesse Smollett actually was recently sentenced for that whole hate crime hoax situation. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in case you guys didn't know, he was sentenced to 150 days in jail and 30 months probation. I think rightfully so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was an atrocious
Yeah.
scene to put on. For what reason? I don't understand what you benefit from that.
Right, there's no...
And not for nothing, like, Jesse Smollett's career was, like, peak, and then you do that, and you're, like, literally hated by queer folk, brown folk, like, everyone. And I don't understand why that was ever a thought. Why? Your career is great. Why would you do that? Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I like that we had a communal brain fart.
Yes, yeah, a communal brain fart. I'm so sorry.
It's not good on the spot.
It was a moment of like, I know this.
Oh, I'm like, I watched like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I watched the first season, I think.
Okay,
I don't
alright.
think I even finished the first season.
No, I wasn't a big.
Did I smudge my eyebrow?
I was like, I'm into it. No. I was like, I'm like into it, but I wasn't into it enough to like dedicate it every week kind of thing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm more of a movie person to begin with. So, anywho's, if that would have been a movie, I would have watched it.
I am bad at keeping up with them.
Yeah, no.
If I can watch the whole season in one go, I'll do it.
That's a mood. That's also a mood. I love
That's
that.
why I watched the first season. Just ready to go. Yeah.
That's a whole mood. I literally will watch limited series because I know I can finish it.
Yep.
Yeah. The dedication level is not too high. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that for the world to see. I promise I don't have a problem with dedication.
No, it's not dedication. It's attention span.
Okay, that. That's our problem. This whole entire generation and the prior one, we are that. Me. But fortunately, we here in this part of the world have been pretty good with COVID as of late. Oh man, someone finally said Empire. I'm like, you're late. We figured it out. But this whole COVID situation has been ongoing, as we know, and we're kind of learning to live with it. It's kind of like, I think we're kind of treating it like the flu now. Right? Yeah. It's just like something we're living with, unfortunately and fortunately. But other places outside of our little world here are actually still suffering with it. And China has been top on that list yet again. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah.
No,
So
I've been all about,
not.
stuff.
Yeah, literally, we've been on to almost World War III.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. I talked
on.
about it like last week, and I instantly was like,
No, I feel
it drains my
Yeah.
entire being because it's always on the news. Always.
I know.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I have an office job now, or a desk job
There's
now.
a lot to focus on.
Anywho's, China is actually in a lockdown again.
Okay.
The city of 9 million people is allowing one person to leave every 2 days per household. Per household.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
One person is allowed to leave every 2 days. So stock up. Doesn't that sound a bit crazy? I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like
yes, and
the measures that they're taking are probably necessary.
But that's why a lot of the other parts of the world have gotten their surges down so much quicker than we have because they enforced that.
True.
And we didn't.
Yeah, we really didn't. It
Like,
was
we
just
were
like,
just like, well, technically you're locked down, but like they'll still be open, but like the hours will just be limited. But you can wear your mask, but you don't have to if you're sitting
but
at
like
a table.
maybe,
Yeah. We had Florida just.
And then there's Florida.
We don't talk about
We
Florida.
don't talk about Florida.
That was.
Florida,
I'm sorry.
Florida. Goodness
No, I know. I'm from
gracious.
Florida.
Oh, no, you know what? Half of my family is in Florida, so, I can't completely avoid it.
But I think I also, and this will apply to our topic, is I also will have a different view on how strict lockdowns should be because I am disabled.
So, that's a big part of it. I don't know if they've considered special cases.
Right.
I didn't read very much on this topic, but what about special cases? Those people who probably can't make it out every 2 days and literally or people who have a house full of people.
Right.
What about that? You're only sending one person out? How is that possible to, fulfill an entire household of 5 people, for instance? It seems a little bit bonkers. But I feel like it's probably necessary at this point. The surge has been crazy.
I get the idea behind it. That is, one person every 2 days is a lot. But, I get the idea.
I mean, are they, this is, not, I mean, I feel like they've done this before in a sense of more way. I don't know. We shouldn't be surprised, I suppose, with China anymore. I guess.
But, I mean, everybody's going to handle their surges differently, especially in, places like China where their population, we can't even fathom their population.
Yeah,
when
true.
you really think about it.
True.
You know what I mean? Their population is so much denser than ours.
True. Very true.
So it's in those cities that they're doing those really strict things when, you're, piled in, super.
It really is
super
demographic sensitive.
Asia is a lot different than here.
Yeah, you're right. That's something to think of. I when I saw this, I was like,
because
oh shoot, no one follow suit, please, no one, not here at least.
One person a day, every 2 days in a 9 million person city. That's a lot of people. That's still out.
That's still a lot of people. Yeah, you're right. Okay, all right. I retract partially, only partially.
I just have to ADHD.
Right? No, you just have to talk it out. That's what I was doing the whole time. I'm just I don't know. It's a bit crazy, but also
there could be a more happy medium, I'm sure.
But they went from this to that, and I was like, okay, all right, sure.
But they'll get that surge down real quick, though.
I hope. We're gonna keep track of that. And Ken's vaccinated twice and boosted. That's actually my next hot topic is how recently the CDC is suggesting a fourth.
Yep.
I got mine on Saturday.
Oh my god, enough is enough. I'm so over it. I'm no.
I just got my 4th one.
Really?
Yep.
And did you feel fine?
No, I got sick, but I've gotten sick after every single one.
That's what. Oh, okay.
So,
you know what? That's kind of the consensus
my immune system
of it
is a
all.
lot different than
True.
person's immune system.
That's the consensus though. I hear a lot of people saying after the 3rd one they got pretty sick.
I haven't gotten sick with any of them.
I got wiggity wrecked.
My arm hurts hella bad.
Yeah. Oh, hella bad.
Oh, I had the dead arm.
Yes.
I couldn't lift my arm past here.
Yeah, it sucks. So that's it.
Luckily, this was before I was a trainer because my arm was sore for 3 days.
Yeah.
I was so over it.
Arm.
No. Wow. Stop. Tell me more. No, but I really am concerned now that they're saying there's a 4th dose. Where does it end?
Right.
Where are we going?
My assumption is that it's going to be much like the flu shot.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get a yearly.
Yes.
But I think that they're just trying to figure out the exact right original dosages and the exact right balance.
That's what took us so long to vaccinate children.
But you also have to think about
the dosage.
People when influenza was was what COVID is,
Mm-hmm.
they also had to, like, kind of...
No, there was
Go
a thing
through
on the
that.
news recently as well that the children's one isn't as effective as they
Right,
thought it was.
it starts off diluted, so if
Right.
the version that we're getting is the full version and we still need extra shots,
Right, but it's
then-
way less effective than they thought it was going to be.
Oh, even
Yeah.
more so.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm so over it. Like I said, I just feel like
Yeah.
when is it gonna end? Like,
Right.
how many more shots do we have to get? Is it gonna maybe it's gonna be a yearly thing?
Yeah.
We're kind of just
Eventually.
living through it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right, but some of it, and this is like something I'm very passionate about, and I've gotten into spats about it. Especially for healthy people, no matter how many they ask you to get, please get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you are, by getting those boosters and by getting those extra shots, you are helping people like me. I take immunosuppressants. I have a really bad immune system, so you're helping people like me because people with me, like my immune system is so bad that I have to keep getting. Like I'm gonna end up having to get more than y'all than you do.
Yeah.
Because like that's why I already could get my 4th shot because I qualified for it. So it's like trying to find a good balance of it's tiring, I get it, it's exhausting,
Yes.
keep having to get shots and risk getting sick and like whatever, but it's all about trying to manage and balance out the risk.
Yeah, but like I think about, like I have a child
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and it's been a third of their life at this point.
Right.
Very true. Very
Which
true.
is like,
Yeah.
it's wild. And like kids younger than that, like there's been
Right.
children who've been born during this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's been a third of their life at this point. Like that's
No, you're
such a huge formative part of their life has been just COVID times, which is wild to think about.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel
That's
like
the point of the
that's
vaccine,
the difference
Yeah,
between
yeah,
exactly.
when
I know that
were-
we're on the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but that's the difference I feel like from when we were when we get our shots as a kid, it was like one and done kind of deal. Now it's like you said, it's like the entirety of their lives.
But that I think like that's also why it's important to get your vaccines, no matter how many they're trying to.
Vaccines are not new, y'all.
It's important to
Vaccines
get them
are not
because
new.
think about like kids, like Star said, like I have my nephews and my niece. Like my oldest nephew is going to be 7. So think about how much of his life has been through COVID. And his little brothers and sisters are just like his little brothers are just starting preschool.
Yeah.
So their entire preschool experience, his kindergarten experience was through COVID.
I'm just glad is when it comes down to schooling and kids that, for one, they are enforcing the mask with kids, and 2, they're in person. Because the virtual learning, there were the stats.
that was a nightmare.
Yeah, the stats were proven that it was not as effective.
So my partner that I live with is a social worker that works in schools. So, and she works in a specialized school.
It was
so,
awful.
Like, it was tough. It was very tough,
Yeah.
and like, I personally every day got to see like a school worker struggle.
Yeah, no, I'm glad they're back in person, but yeah,
Like,
again, it's a struggle. It's a
I
struggle.
totally understand being over it. I get it.
It's a
I
struggle.
understand being over
Oh
it.
my gosh,
But like,
guys,
you
just be
gotta
safe.
push through because we can't be over it until it's over. and
Right, it's not over. That's the sad part. Like, I'm over
Just
it for
because
sure.
you're over it does not mean it is over.
I'm over it for sure, but like we have to be safe and we have to,
Being safe
continue to live through it because that's all we really can.
It's
do.
just it's what it is at this point, and it's a lot like think about the people that had to live through like the Spanish flu and like all
Very
of those things. They were over it too, and they had far less science than we do now.
Far less.
So we're luckily unlucky.
Luckily unlucky. Yeah, well, okay. Well, I'll take that. I'll take that. No, I like that.
It's one of the things that I'm very passionate about.
It's like a glass half full kind of situation. I'm here for that. All right, so I think that's it for the hot topics right now, but are y'all ready for this game? Are you ready for this improv situation?
I'm ready.
Are you sure you're ready?
I'm ready. Much like SpongeBob, I'm ready.
I'm ready, Eddie.
I'm glad
oh my
you
gosh.
are.
I'm so glad.
We got
no,
this.
okay, so this is the first
one brain between us.
We got this.
We share
So
brain
this
cells.
is the first for me too.
Okay.
So we'll see how this goes, but I'm ready to laugh.
Please explain this game to me.
I'm ready to laugh. Okay, so I'm calling it best case scenario.
Okay.
That's what it's called. That's what we're living with. That's
Scenario.
how it's going.
All right.
Pasco to collect $200. So it's called best case scenario.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is I'm going to read part of a statement to you both, and one of you or both of you can take the sentence and create a scenario from that sentence.
Okay.
And I'll time you. No, I will time you in my head, and I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay.
So I'll say scene by ending it.
Okay.
All right? So, for one more time, I'm going to say part of a sentence, one or both of you finish the sentence by acting it out.
Okay.
And I will say scene when the scene is over.
Okay.
Kasha! My guest from last week was just commenting. All right, let's do it. You ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Ken's excited for this game. All right. Best case scenario. Here we go. I'm a farmer. All my cows have fallen, and I
luckily own a backhoe. Good news, folks. All you need is a backhoe and some strippy strappies. You got those cows ready to back up their PDPs. It's not very hard to pick up a cow. If you really think about it, a cow is just a cow. What is a cow?
Okay, Seed, I'm not going to even, I'm not even going to make you do that. What is a cow? You were ready, though. You were ready.
I grew up on a farm.
You were, okay, T.
I cheated a little bit.
Just a little. You were too ready for
Get
that.
cows back up on a farm.
Oh
yeah,
my
cows
god.
and horses, you
Nova said Alexa play Move by
Use the
Doja
backhoe to get 'em back up.
backhoe, tractor, lots of
Oh,
strong
wow.
farmer men.
Oh,
Or me.
lots of strong
I
machinery.
can pick up a pony.
Not a pony. Come on, Louisa.
Genuine.
All right, here we go. Best case scenario. You're shopping with friends. I swap bags accidentally, and you find
A dildo! Sorry. I'm sorry.
Keep going.
And it's green. And very tiny. It's a pickle. It's a pickle. It's pickle dick.
Pickle dough.
Wait, and you get home, and you find that your bags are missing, and
you had Chinese food in them.
Guess I'm eating this pickle dough for dinner.
Alright, Steve, now we're eating dildos for dinner. Whoa! I was not ready.
That's what my
We're
brain was
eating
like.
green dildos for dinner.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why that's what my brain
Oh my
needed
God.
to scream, but it just...
I literally thought of someone of Mr. Krabs eating plankton. That's what I thought of. That's
I
exactly
thought
what.
about Pickle Rick.
Oh my God, Pickle Rick! Come on, Pickle Rick.
Same.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Grayson. Grayson's watching.
I'm so sorry,
Oh
y'all.
my
I know
God.
that
You know what? I'm here for it. This is what I was expecting, honestly. When
This is why I shouldn't be allowed to talk in front of other people, because I'm like, a dildo! I know!
Alright.
They were shopping at Spencer's, man. You know?
For that pickle Rick dildo. I bet it exists.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay,
Nice.
Star. You're gonna take this one away.
Oh no.
Oh
Got
yes.
these siblings.
Ken said it's vibrating. All right. Best case scenarios.
Don't show this one to your kids.
You're in space floating.
Oh no.
Who's here? How did I get here? What am I doing? Hey, take it away.
Oh no.
You're in space floating. What are you doing? What's happening?
Why did Elon Musk put me here?
T.
Why? Elon's here. Grimes is here too.
Okay, and they're two babies.
Grimes is being held hostage.
Two, not one baby. They have
Oh my god, yeah, they have two babies.
Here I am with Elon Musk.
Seed. Oh my god, that was good. Okay, that was good. Why is Grimes here?
I'm sorry for quietly whispering Elon Musk.
I'm so mad. That was too good. Because Elon Musk, though, oh my god.
He should be put in space. Let's be
I
right.
just talked about Elon Musk last week about the Grimes thing.
Okay, but does their new baby have like a human name? or
I
like
hope
a
so.
weird
I don't know because their first baby's name was like
It has a weird name,
XYZZQP.
Okay.
Who
He
knows?
has a weird name too.
Oh
It's not as
boy.
weird, but it's weird.
But there
Why
was
did
maybe
Elon
some
Musk
like
put me
calculation
here?
or something.
Calypso's like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Me either, girl.
I'm so
Me
sorry.
either, girl. All right, best case scenario. This one's the last one. I think both of you. I want both of you to act this one out.
We got this.
All right. Animals can talk. Since when? My toys came to life?
Are we back with the pickle Rick now?
I'm gonna make it wholesome. My stuffed dog that I've had since I was born, his name is Shaggy, and he started singing. It wasn't me. And I said, "Hey, that's not appropriate. You're a puppy."
What'd you say to that puppy? Starts dying. Yo, alright, see.
I'm like,
Okay.
this is just gonna be inappropriate regardless.
Full disclosure, I felt that. I was like, oh, you're digging deep for that
I'm
one.
so sorry.
I'm screaming right
No,
now.
it's gonna be inappropriate.
Oh my god. Alright, well, let's just say best case scenario was that was fun. Let's
Taylor's
just say
gonna
that.
be like later, never have
Grayson says dead. I'm literally deceased. I don't know what I thought was gonna happen when I said improv and just let you speak. Just do whatever you want.
Dangerous.
Lord Jesus, I don't know what I even expected with that.
I know you haven't gotten to spend a lot of time with me, but I'm a lot of a person.
Yes, no, I got that from the little bit of time we spent together. This is... Oh my god, let's just say it wasn't me, Grayson said. I love that! Shaggy said it wasn't me.
I really do have a stuffed dog
Oh
named
my-
Shaggy.
oh,
and
oh,
everyone
you
has
were.
had him since I was born.
Okay, alright. I was like, real life inspiration?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
he's gross. He's like
Into
so
it.
bad, even though he's nasty. He's 30 years old.
Oh my god, what?
Well,
I
that's
wish.
He's an adult.
Mm.
He is. He's a grown
He's
man.
a full grown adult
He's
being
the
held
only grown
captive.
man that's allowed
Being
to live
held
with my dad.
captive in your boudoir. Anyways,
Sorry.
so we have a chat topic to get
Yes,
to.
we do.
But first, I need this now. Goodness gracious, that was a mess.
I'm so sorry. Kira's gonna be like, oh,
Y'all, so next, y'all be careful because the next guest I have on here y'all might end up playing improv too. So be ready.
so funny.
Oh, we have to take a picture after this. Oh, man,
yeah,
that's the new thing here at Tea Taylor. But salute.
Try and rein in my chaos.
Thanks for dealing with that improv situation.
Dealing with me and not kicking me out of your home.
Oh my gosh, I can't. Not even. But we have a chat topic to get to, and I want to get to it so I can allow you both to speak.
Okay.
I have a few stats as usual that I
Yeah.
looked up because I like to do my research
Man.
just a little bit. But we're gonna talk about ableism. And first and foremost, I want to ask you both what that means, and so you can express that to the viewers and what that means to you exactly. But for me, I want to say that in a general sense of it all, ableism is also disability discrimination. That's a mouthful. Disability discrimination, and I think it is defined as classifying an entire group of people as less than.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to break it to like a core of a very, very generalized sense.
Right.
I think it is the mindset of reducing an entire group of people to less than.
Yes.
So what do you think? What do you define ableism as?
Okay, so for me, that is a good definition, but I also include kind of the like blissfully unaware. So by that I mean like if people don't think about like, okay, I have say I'm a business owner and I have this business and I don't make it fully accessible.
Ooh, yes. Okay, we're gonna talk about that.
I'm being ableist by the fact that my building only has like a step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not everybody can handle a step.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think that is an important part of ableism that gets really kind of glossed over is people that are accidentally ableist by they're not thinking about like, okay.
Yeah, casual ableism.
And not even that, that's probably my biggest,
Yeah.
like.
So what do you say, Star? What would you define ableism as?
So yeah, it's valuing able-bodied people over people who aren't.
Mm.
It's I don't know, and not even that. It's like people who I don't know the best way to even say it. It's weird because it ties into like intrinsically people who can contribute to capitalism. It ties into racism.
No, you know what? Disability, as a generalized sense, has an impact on all of us.
Yeah.
Whether you're disabled or not,
Very
it has a huge impact on all of us. That's why one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah.
It basically ties into everything. If someone can literally look at you and like make some assumption about like if you have a limp, if you have this or you have that, like, whatever, like, any assumption they can make about you.
Right.
Right.
What's the tea with Sia? Grayson's commenting on Sia for being an ableist.
Don't even
Excuse me? What?
Miss Gay Sia in her.
I'm like, what? What have I missed?
Full disclosure, I am autistic, so
Okay.
I can and I will speak on this. She was making that movie with Maddie Ziegler
Gotcha.
about autism, and Maddie Ziegler was playing a nonverbal autistic child.
I see.
Who, like, found her voice through music.
Oh.
Which is, that's not how, that's not how it works.
Yeah. No, honestly,
in
that's...
so many ways.
Honestly, that's something...
There are so many incredibly talented autistic actors.
Yeah.
So many.
So you know what? Let's get into it then. That's something I wanted to talk to you both about. So roles where disabled folks are played by folks who aren't disabled.
It drives me
how does we feel about
crazy.
that?
Hire disabled people.
Hire disabled people.
It's literally the same as when they had people who weren't trans playing trans characters.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why I really like Euphoria, but we're not gonna go down that road.
Yeah.
But girl, I just caught up. But that's something I really wanted to pick your brains about. How do we feel about that? Because there's a sense of community that I pick up with the disabled community, and so like.
And I also want to add, when you think about disabled, don't just think about maybe like people that are fully disabled and in wheelchairs.
Right.
There are forms of disability. There are and down gradients of disability. Disability is not one specific linear thing.
Yeah.
I'm someone who my mobility will change.
Right.
I'm someone that I do sometimes need a wheelchair. I sometimes need my cane. I need other things. Sometimes I can't leave my house. Sometimes I'm perfectly fine and get up on stage and do a kiki. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's something that's very
up and down
and changes, and everybody's version of disability is different. There's not one specific thing that makes you disabled.
Yeah.
I'm disabled in more than just one way. I'm disabled in the fact that I have both chronic pain problems. So I'm an open book. I've shared a lot about this on the internet already. Yeah. So I have fibromyalgia and I have lupus. So those I have both. I have 2 chronic pain conditions. I also have mental illness.
No, don't we all? Don't we all?
I know, it's shocking to learn that I have mental illness.
No, Grayson's kind of talking about the same thing you're talking about in the comments, is saying, people assuming that you're not disabled because they can't see.
And for a very long time, people in the community did not know that I was disabled.
Right.
Kira didn't know that I was disabled, and she's my best friend.
And that's your best friend, yeah.
Because I hid my disability because it's so stigmatized.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you will not be able to keep up with us. You can't do drag if you're disabled. Yeah. You can't do these things if you're disabled.
No, I felt that way about having BPD for the longest time. I would not talk about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's huge stigma.
So that I have BPD and I have complex PTSD.
Okay.
And I have some other...
Same. Oh, I didn't know that.
Star and I, like, that's why Star and I get along really well, and we always have, because we have a lot of similarities.
And it's funny you say that, because, again, so one of my stats that I want to share is 1 in 4 human beings, 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. Are living with disability.
Yeah.
And that's not, and like you said earlier, it's categorized differently, and there's sometimes disabilities you can't see, or disabilities that you don't know of. And for reasons maybe someone may be hiding it, or maybe someone may not know exactly what it is. But it's something to recognize. That 1 in 4 equals 61 million people in the U.S. that are living with disabilities. And to top that off, like we were talking about for a second, one of the stats is 13% of people with disabilities experience difficulty finding work.
Yep.
Because of their disability.
Very much.
And they make approximately $1,000 less than non-disabled people. So that goes back to, again, hire disabled people, like you said.
Yeah. And, like, it's also really important for me, and I know for Star, to include in this conversation, where Star and I are going to be including our fat phobia.
Oh, yeah. Again, stigmatized.
Because they a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times they can go really hand in hand. And there's a lot of issues with that. Just because I'm a thick person does not mean that I can't handle the same kind of things that
this voice gets me every time. I'm so sorry.
No. I do it because it's just as a person. But I also have autism, and that's also a lot of the reason that I yell out things like dildo. It's just, and I have ADHD, so like,
yes.
I have a lot going on in my brain always.
So the stigmatization that you have experienced, again, like I said, it's 61 million people living with disability. You spoke on it for a second, and I'll let you take that away, Star. But 38% of those adults with disabilities are also considered obese. And, you know, like you said, that's also hugely stigmatized and kind of categorized as disability, but isn't really. So, I'll let you talk about it, but how did we get there?
Yeah, I mean, it can be and it cannot be as well.
Right.
I know some really healthy, really fat people.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like, it doesn't... I have disabilities. Is my being fat one of them? Definitely not.
Yeah.
Like, I really hate the, like, the people go to... I hate that I have to, like, when someone comes at me, that I have to, like, prove my, like, oh, no, and, like, in the summers, I'll ride my bike, like, 10 miles a day. I go kayaking. Like, no, I'm healthy fatty. Like, I hate that I have to be that.
Right.
That I have to do that. Because I don't want to have to prove that to anyone. But, like, that's what I do. That's who I am.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't owe anyone health. Like, you can't, because there are chronically ill fat people. And that's fine, too. Like, you can't help that.
Right.
You know, and it's for me then, it's like, it's hard for me, it's hard in general for disabled people to go to a health provider.
Right.
Because I was reading, I was doing some research as well, and it was like 81% of this survey that I read of health providers.
No, that's actually something I was going to mention too. Yeah.
81% believe that disabled people have a worse quality of life. And so, like, that automatically affects, like, how they treat them and how they don't know. And they said it was like 41% don't feel like they adequately can treat them.
Right. This disability, which is supposed to be something that is to help people with disabilities financially, is super inaccessible. And healthcare in general, as we all know, is already very inaccessible. But for queer folks, for anyone other than cisgendered,
cis white men,
cis hetero people.
Like, for me, it was years of literally avoiding any kind of medical care because doctors are awful and would literally blame everything on me being fat, no matter what I went in for.
Right.
And so it didn't matter what I went in for until here I went to Open Door. Open Door.
Bless Open Door Health. Yes. Shout out to Open Door Health.
Yeah,
okay, so short story. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
but I actually was going to run for Mr. Gay Rhode Island. And that's when COVID ensued.
Yeah.
But that's one of the platforms that I'm going to run on when that comes back is making sure that healthcare is accessible. And also, I really want to partner with Open Door Health because they do so much.
They're wonderful
for the community.
Everyone there is great. I've always been treated so well there. Everyone has listened to my concerns and like treated me so well and always been so respectful of my like gender identity and just been so wonderful.
And that too, they are knowledgeable and they take the time to not just be an organization but also to be aware and to be knowledgeable of the people that they're helping.
And like bouncing off, you know, of what Star was saying. I don't go to Open Door. My doctor's name is Olga. Shout out to you.
Come on, Olga.
She's like a 6'2" Ukrainian woman. She's so cool. I love her.
Continue. I need my charger because I don't want us to cut off.
So. It can be very hard to find a healthcare provider that will listen to you if you are overweight in any capacity. I used to be skinny for my body. I was not always thick and juicy. I was thin. And like, I was still a little thick, and even then I would have issues, but now I weigh like 100 pounds more than I did as little as like 7 years ago. Because of all of the medications that I'm on for my health. That's a lot of the reason that I gained a lot of weight. But it took me going through so many doctors to find a doctor that would listen to me and actually run blood tests. And find out that I had lupus and find out that I had fibromyalgia and didn't just blame that on the fact that I was fat.
disability discrimination.
First of all, too,
What a
that
coincidence.
is not a bad word. And that's something that I've
and
I've had to deal with too, is people being like, "Oh, you're not fat. You're not fat. You're beautiful."
You know what?
Oh, God.
Listen, but you are, which is true. But like, listen, I grew up.
You can be
I'm
beautiful and be fat
Right.
and be disabled.
I grew up, my mother's side of the family more so than my dad's side, but I grew up with a bunch of beautiful, heavyset or bigger women, and they were always very well put together. My mom is a heavyset woman, my aunt is a very heavyset woman.
Right.
My aunts and I grew up with it. I didn't think anything of it until the illnesses that come along with being overweight started to affect my family.
Right. So
that's when I was like cueing in, like, okay, maybe this is not the best thing for our body, but is it a disability? Again, no.
Right, but also off of that, I know some really fat people that are really, really healthy.
Right.
So it's not every fat person that
Right.
would have fat health issues.
Mhm.
I know skinny people that have fat health issues.
Yeah.
There's not a
and
health
medical-
issue that is direct, like, there's just not.
And medical fat phobia actually affects skinny people as well.
It absolutely
It
does.
does.
And
it really does.
So that was a big struggle for me. And you mentioned disability benefits.
Yeah.
So I'm going to touch on that.
Yeah.
Quite inaccessible. My mom,
Yes.
my
So-
mom also has cerebral palsy, and so growing up, watching her, suffer with that in different work environments, and trying to also collect benefits because she couldn't work.
Mm-hmm. So I am currently going through the disability process. My first claim got denied. My first appeal got denied.
But of course.
My second appeal has gotten denied. I'm at the point now where I'm going to need to hire a lawyer.
Yep.
Now, we are very lucky here because there are a lot of disability lawyers in Rhode Island that will not take a cut unless
Okay.
you win your case.
Okay. You heard it here, folks.
And I have a lot of resources for that. If there's anybody that needs that, I can send it to you. Please message me. I will
Yeah, my
happily
mom
send
did
that
the
to
same
you.
thing.
Nice.
But I have friends that have gone through years
Yeah.
worth of fighting for disability payments. I'm someone, if y'all know me, you know that at this point I'm very open about my disability. I
Right.
post about it all the time
Right.
because really in our community, there wasn't someone that was talking about it. And there's a lot of people that are disabled in our community.
Very true. Very
There's
true.
a lot of them.
And like you said, venues with their lack of compliance with
That's
disability,
something
that's a really big
That's
one.
something that goes up my ass.
We've talked about this at the club.
Now,
Yeah.
y'all know, if y'all know me, I've been in the community for a very long time. I was going to Ego before it was Ego.
Oh my gosh,
I
wow.
was going to Ego when it was still Club Hell. I was at Ego the weekend it opened.
Come on.
I spent so much of my
She
time
said,
with
I
that
ain't
lady.
new to this.
I've been going out for a very long time, and when I started going out, I was not disabled. When I started going out, I was able-bodied. But over time, as my disabilities have progressed, because
Right.
I do have progressive disorders, lupus is
Right.
a progressive
Yeah.
disorder, my body has started to kind of go downhill. There is not a single gay bar or club in our community that is fully accessible. And I'm going to say that again.
Say it again. Say it again for the people in the
There
back.
is not a single,
No, I know.
not one,
I know.
bar
You're like,
or nightclub in our community that is fully accessible.
Yep.
Every single stage has stairs.
this is true. Every stage has
single
stairs.
Yep.
Smoking area has stairs.
This is true. This is true.
There's not a single club
So
Yeah.
do you
that
think
is
it's...
actually full. I don't care what
Yeah,
you
no,
have
I
to
have
like.
a friend of mine from Florida who's going to be coming in the next few months and wants to go to drag with me, and
Right.
they're like, well, which one
But
can I
how?
go to? What's the best
Right.
one? And I'm like,
And like,
we'll figure it out.
yes, there are
Honestly,
some that are better than
Yeah,
others, but
yeah.
they're also still not all fully accessible.
Yeah.
So do you think it's just like an unconscious thing?
I
or...
do. I think that a lot of it is ignorance and not thinking about their clientele that they may have.
Gotcha.
There used to be in Providence a wheelchair using drag queen, and they just had to lift her and pick her up in her
No, I
chair
know.
Yo,
and
yeah,
put
I
her
know.
on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
I've
you know,
seen her.
There's
there was a point in my time this past year. Sorry, I get very
No,
passionate
no.
about this.
Go.
I had surgery in September. I had a hysterectomy in September. It was very hard surgery on my body. It was an 8-week recovery time. I was in a wheelchair from September until December. If I left the house.
I remember.
if I had wanted to do drag in that time, ain't nobody gonna be able to big my ass up.
And you know what? There's this queen at Dark Lady who's been in the community for a long time, who every time I go to Dark Lady, someone has to pick them up.
Yep.
And put them in and put them in the right direction to
Yep.
go through the doors. And I don't know how long I've been here for about 6 years,
right.
and I've known that this queen needs to get picked up.
Right.
So why is it not the venue or the event space that's conscious of this as well? I think we need to really work on conscious inclusion.
It's hard for me because I don't want to like name drop clubs because
no,
I love all of the clubs. Y'all know that.
No, oh, absolutely.
I love the clubs. I love the owners. I love the managers of all of these bars. I've worked in a lot of them.
My thing is just why.
I've been at a lot
Why
of
is it
them.
that we aren't being consciously inclusive?
But there are places I have done over the years a lot of remodeling.
Mm-hmm.
There are places that have done a lot of remodeling. I think every club has done a lot of remodeling over the years. Mirror Bar has moved so many times. Over COVID, Ego just did their renovation.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I forgot about
Dark
that.
Lady has changed their stuff a bunch of times. And in none of those circumstances did any of those clubs make their bars fully accessible. When I think about, okay, we were closed through the entirety of COVID. Y'all had so much time to put up a tiny little ramp.
Come on, call it out. Call it out. To put up a little baby ramp.
Put up a tiny little ramp. So
Honestly,
there are
you know what I
people that
think?
are disabled in your community that are asking for this, and you aren't listening.
I think free play is a really good place to go in our area. That's it's all ground level for the most part.
For the most part, but if you go on a weekend, you can't get upstairs.
No, oh God, no. No.
No.
Just to shine a positive light on some of the places.
And I love free play. It's very close to my heart. I've worked for free
Mama
play.
Kira.
I worked at free play.
Yeah.
I love Anthony. Anthony is an incredible man, and he worked really hard to make that building as accessible as possible because Anthony is a great example of someone that sat and listened because when free play first opened, there were all the steps up and down, and it was not that perfect level.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
And someone reached out to Anthony and said, "Hey, it would be really awesome if you could make this one level." And Anthony listened.
And he listened.
And he made that venue accessible.
Yeah. So, so other than conscious inclusion, which is like I said, something that really needs to happen, I think it's just something that is constantly overlooked. Making something as small as making a tiny little baby ramp. Like you said, we had 2 years.
It does not take a lot of time.
No. But other than that, something we want to leave with the viewers. How do you think we can make the most difference as able-bodied folks?
That's tough. So, first of all, I talked to this person about it, so they already know that I was going to mention their name. Imogen Dragons is someone that has Imogen Dragons has disability.
Okay.
Imogen Dragons has problems with their spine,
Love
and they were someone that had gotten some critique during Gauntlet about not being a dancer and not moving enough and not doing those things.
Oh boy.
But you need to think about the fact that Imogen was quietly
disabled.
Right. So before you I'm putting this kind of in the form of like performers. Before you're expecting all of your performers to get out there and be a dancer and be able to do dips, and because they're dips.
Come on, dips! Sorry. Thank you. It's not a death drop, it's a dip.
If you look like me, I'm not a culture.
I do it as a death drop.
Because I'm a fucking die.
I can't even.
I'm gonna go through the floor and I'm gonna die. Okay.
Sorry, continue.
You'll have to remodel again.
It drives me crazy as someone who's breaking into the ballroom scene that I still have to explain that to.
If my ass did a dip, it would be a death drop, and you'd have to remodel because I go through that.
Goodness gracious.
But I'm just like, before you expect that out of all of your performers, remember that there may be people who you're looking at and you're seeing week to week to week perform that are disabled people. There are people in our community. There are a lot of people in our community. A lot of them have reached out to me, and I've talked to a lot of these people privately.
That's amazing.
There are people in our community that are disabled.
Yeah.
And there are people in our community that suffer not just with, say, like bodily issues, but mental health issues. I know most of the community is anxious. That's just part of it. Girl, we are anxious. But be conscientious of the things that you say. The amount of times that I've had people come up to me after a drag performance, be like, "Oh, it would have been so good if you had danced." This girl, I do what I can. But first of all, I'm fat. I have asthma, and I'm disabled.
Yeah, it's something that
not
you shouldn't.
everyone's a dancer.
Right, but also something you shouldn't have to mention. That's
Not everyone is a dancer. Not everyone is a mover. Not everyone can jump off the stage. Not everyone can climb things. Not everyone can be Chloe Savage and spin on the pole.
Miss Vena's watching, and Vena says, "Gorgeous, gorgeous humans." Hi, Vena. We love Vena.
Vena is my son.
Oh my gosh.
Stop basing off your drag
of a drag race.
Expecting everyone to be able to do the same things that you can.
I'm a dipper and a spinner when I perform. I can't talk on that one.
I know, but
no, you are. But there's plenty of other types. Like
it's important to listen to people like me and Star. Listen to us when we say, "Hey, this is what," and don't take it as an attack.
Yeah.
That's been my biggest issue. Is I've really wanted to kind of go to some of these bars that are so close.
So what do you think, Star? What's another way that able-bodied folks can make a difference?
Yeah.
pushing for accessibility.
Yeah,
accessibility.
I think
super
that's
important.
I know that we've talked.
This is true. This is very true.
Making the venues accessible is something that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the stages right now, if it's just the venue, start at the bottom.
Nova was commenting earlier saying that some places just don't see it as cost effective, and I'm like, that's not a good enough excuse anymore.
It's not. You have there are so many of us that. Like, I struggle. Like, girl, I thought I was gonna die walking my ass up to your apartment.
Listen, I'm almost dying. Those stairs are
not everyone can do one or two stairs.
Yeah. Those stairs are not cute. Coming up here is not cute.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. Like, listen to people.
Yeah.
Do your own research as well. Like,
listening
that part.
and learning.
That part.
It's a lot of
education.
There's a ton of really good podcasts out there on ableism, on how you can do better.
Listen, my struggle is always teaching folk about Black history and being that person that has to talk about the Black and Brown culture because folks will unconsciously be ignorant.
And that's something too that I didn't get to touch on. I have my partner, my sweet baby himbo.
Aww.
My partner,
come on, himbo,
is Afro-Latino.
Gotcha.
And he is disabled.
Gotcha.
He's a disabled veteran.
Oh, wow.
So, I've already, if you know me, I've tried really hard to be as much as I can voice for Black and Brown people, and I try and uplift you guys so much, and I try and support you. But I've learned so much being with him and kind of seeing my struggle sucks. Getting disability and having people listen to me that I'm disabled. His is so much worse, and it's because he's Afro-Latino.
No, and it literally starts from I was literally listening to a podcast on the way here about the intersection of ableism and racism.
Yeah.
And it starts literally when they're children.
Yeah.
About how inaccessible it is when they are literally children. If they need an autism diagnosis. White children, they'll get it, no problem.
Black children, no. Yeah, it's a whole other process.
They're problem child.
Yeah. And
they just have behavioral issues.
I also find it's kind of the same thing for me where, you don't want to I'm happy to answer questions. Please reach out to me. I'm happy to answer questions for you, but also try and do your own research.
Right.
Because it's a lot of the similar thing. Not that they're not that. No,
I feel you. I agree. I was going to say.
I'm just trying to say, it's similar within marginalized communities, and disability is a marginalized community.
Like I said earlier, full circle, we all have mini laptops in our hand.
It can be a lot of emotional energy for disabled people to have to explain a disability to an able-bodied person.
Just like I'm always saying, there's literature. There are things that you can do as an individual other than saying, oh, you're my Black and Brown friend, let me talk to you about these Black and Brown issues that I don't know about. Don't get me wrong, I'm here for it. And as the person that I am, I will answer and I will try to educate.
Want to help, want to educate, but also like
I shouldn't have to. That's not my
But
responsibility.
if someone does tell you they're disabled, don't ask what's wrong.
Right.
If they're not asking, if they're not just if they're not offering
Please.
the information,
and don't go like,
say
oh, I'm
it.
so sorry.
Oh God.
I hope you feel better.
You know what? That might help someone because I feel like sometimes there are those sincere people who are literally like they feel for you immediately.
Yeah,
and
no.
Oh no! I hope you do.
I really soon.
Like I really want you to
pass
not
away.
feel better soon. Oh my God!
Don't tell me to do yoga. Don't tell me to eat better. Don't tell me to do these things. I have lupus. I have fibromyalgia. They're not going away.
Well, you're also an adult and you know how to. Yeah. Hi, Irina. Irina Devereaux's watching.
I do yoga, girl.
By the way.
I do yoga. I'm a spiritual medium. I do yoga.
Listen. Like I said, you're helping people out there because, again, like I said, there's situations where there are that genuine person that's like, oh my God, like I feel for you. I want you to be like better, but like there's a way of doing it.
There's a way of doing it, and I have experienced a lot of that since I really started talking about being disabled because other than like there were obviously people before me, but I'm one of the first people that's really loudly talked about being a disabled queer person.
Yeah. Yep.
I talk about it on all of my social media.
And I live.
And it's kind of that thing where I really appreciate and I love y'all that have been so supportive and like, but it's kind of the same thing where you're like, I get that you're being sincere and you really hope I feel better, but I'm not going to feel better.
Right. Yeah.
So saying things like, oh, I hope you feel better, that's not going to help me. It's just going to be kind of irritating.
I hope you're listening. Because if you do it after this, I'm going to call you out.
and like, there are people that really mean it and really genuinely, it's one thing if I'm posting, but, like, I'm having a really bad flare right now.
Right.
And I will make that clear that is one thing. If I'm posting about having a flare, yes, you can absolutely say, I hope you feel better, because that's when I'm feeling at my worst.
Right.
But if I'm just talking generalized, like, I'm disabled.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't tell me to get better soon. I'm never going to get better. I have permanent disability.
Not to get better soon. I'm so mad at that.
Someone sent me a get better soon card. When I got my lupus diagnosis, I was like,
you do realize this is a lifelong thing. Degenerative?
Thank you. Disease, and I'm not going to get better. I'm going to get worse.
Yeah. I mean, mentally, yes, of course, there are highs and lows, but that is the only thing that I would say. Like, I'll get better soon. Like, if you're expressing mental distress.
Right, and like that kind of falls under like the ableism thing for me, is if you're telling me like, oh, I hope you feel better, you get better soon.
True. Very true.
I'm not gonna get better soon.
Very true.
My better is like, and I really like this is something that's really important to me, and I know Sarah will agree. Y'all a lot of times need to think about the fact that your worst health-wise is me a lot of times on a good day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your absolute, like, I feel like shit today. I don't want to get up. My body hurts. Everything is painful for me today. My joints are stiff.
Yeah. That puts that in perspective, for sure.
When you ask about a pain scale, it's like, am I supposed to give you like a normal person's or like?
I say that all the time.
The pain scale. Yeah.
So I
think it's strange that doctors ask that. Like, how much pain are you?
Right.
Like,
so I checked myself into a mental health facility this past summer. That's something else.
Grippy sock vacation.
Oh, I took a grippy sock vacation and I got a lot of grippy socks.
Yes, come on, grippy socks.
And that's something that they ask throughout the day when they check on you. It's like, how's your
depression?
today?
1 to 10. Your anxiety?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel
I'm on my side today.
On your scale of 1 to 10 or my scale?
And I kind of have to do the. So do you want the scale for a human or for an ox?
I should say,
because
my answer is always 17. I don't know why. It's 17.
I'm like,
when I'm exaggerating any kind of sense of anything, it's 17. Oh my god, I had 17 beers last night. Like, that's just my go-to.
And it's it's being mindful of that. Being mindful of the fact, like, there are days that you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be sore and you're like, I'm sure you feel that like after you hit the gym really hard. So think about it that way. It's for you. For an example, for you, say you have a really hard workout day and you lifted a lot, you picked things up and put them down, and you were big and strong, and you know that that muscle soreness.
Yeah. That's an
Think
everyday
about the
thing.
fact that that's how I wake up
Yeah.
every morning
Yeah.
of my life.
Yeah, that's really, like I said, that really does put it in perspective. Like,
Every morning
it's
of
a
my
full
life,
picture thing,
I
y'all.
wake up in pain.
Yeah.
So like I've had friends, very well-meaning friends,
Mhm.
that have, you know, not thought about it that way.
Mhm.
We're like, no, like every day I'm gonna wake up in pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not gonna be like I'm not having a no pain day. No pain days don't exist for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
I have low pain days and I have excruciating pain days.
Okay.
And like, I know you will
Yeah.
understand when I say, if I passed my highest pain day to an able-bodied person, they'd probably pass away.
Sheesh.
My highest pain days, like my doctor, sweet Olga,
Well, we love Olga.
describes
Yes.
it to me as like the pain that I feel a lot of times every day. So I also had really severe endometriosis when I still had a uterus, and that was another part of my disability.
Same?
So
Oh, wow.
what?
Wow. Wow. You literally, wow, you too.
Part of my pain she compared to childbirth. Thinking about
I'm like,
the
I'm on
fact that
testosterone, I still get pain.
That
I
every-
don't ovulate. Like,
That I don't know much. I don't know anything about. But I
every
hear
day,
it's
every day I would feel
excruciating.
like every day I feel childbirth pain
Oof.
when I'm having a flare.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yikes.
I'm on
Like, to put
testosterone,
that
so I
in-
don't ovulate, and I still get like
Yeah.
hardcore pain, and I'm like, why?
Putting it
Why?
in like that's just like the best I could put it in
Why?
perspective,
Well-
and that was good for her to put it in.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I think that's a good place to leave it. I think
Yeah.
we're like past the hour marker.
I'm so sorry.
I just want to keep letting you guys talk, but I'm gonna give
you're
everyone
right.
back.
Yeah.
We can do this. I'm gonna give everybody back their Friday. But what's something that you want to leave the viewers, Star? Because that's how we started this whole conversation with Kay. I said leave them with something, and she said I'm gonna leave them with a whole bunch of something.
I'm so sorry.
So
Yeah, no,
I'm very passionate about that.
As you should be.
Yeah.
So what's something you want to leave with the viewers, Star? I'm like, don't apologize for that ever.
Yeah, no, like I said, do your own research.
Word.
Yeah.
That's good. Education
Yeah.
and accountability.
Yeah, do your own
Education,
research.
connection,
Hey.
get connected
Yeah, for free. I'm so bad. Yo,
Get out there
that's
and
good.
do your own
Do your
research.
research.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fight for your disabled friends.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh
Fight for
yes.
accessibility in our
Oh,
venues.
yes. Oh yes. I
We
couldn't agree
fight
more.
for a lot of things as a queer community, and I hate to add one more thing to it.
Listen,
But
with all
it's
this
important, it's
anti-gay
important.
legislation, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Lord.
Fight for
Protect us and
accessibility.
heal us from the inside out because
Yeah. Intersectionality is important.
Yeah.
we're gonna talk. But I will let you guys go and you enjoy the rest of your Friday. And I'm gonna always say, make sure you're being good to yourselves and looking inward. This is where the beginning of most things happen. Irina, I know I'm late with sending my music for my event tomorrow at Mirabar. I will send you the music late, I promise, tonight. But everyone be well and be good to yourselves and TGIS. So go have some fun, y'all. I will see you next week and I love you. Later.